Today we're going to talk about the different tools that you'll want to have in your toolbox if you're working on indoor cycles. One of the examples we have here is a complete toolkit that we carry here at Sportsmith. It has a lot of different tools in it that are useful. This one is a collarless crank arm extractor. We've got an 8mm hex key here for taking out crank arm bolts in some of the bikes. This is the 6-inch adjustable wrench. There's a Phillips and flathead screwdriver, which also have a magnetic tip. I don't know how many times I've been saved in the field just because I had a magnet. This is the 14 and 15mm pedal wrench for installing and taking off pedals. There's a chain brake tool here. I also have a chain whip tool. I've also got a bottom bracket tool here at the top. Now, one of the things you might add to this kit to make the bottom bracket tool just a little bit better is a bolt and some washers. What you do is you take that bolt and stick it into the bottom bracket tool and you install it, and then you can take another tool and turn this one, and it'll be a lot easier to get that cup out. You may have to change the number of washers that you have in there to get the amount of threads that you want. One of the other tools that we have here in the kit are the hex wrenches here at the very back. Sometimes you might not have the size that you need or be able to get the torque that you need out of that, so it's a good idea to have some of these bits that'll fit on a 3/8 ratchet or onto your torque wrench when you're torquing things. It may be necessary to also have the ISIS style bottom bracket tool in your toolbox. You can also use the bolt and washers for this application to help you get those bottom bracket cups off when they're really being stubborn. Some of the other tools that you'll need in your toolbox are a lock ring tool, torque wrench, which we have two styles here. We have the click style and the needle and beam style. Either one would work. You just want to make sure that you consult the manual and get the right torque specs for whatever you're working on. A rubber mallet. Sometimes you might want to thump something, have something that's locked up. It's a good tool to have. On the other side, we have a couple of different examples of pairs of pliers. One set is a locking pair. Those are pretty valuable sometimes. Pliers, you never know what you're going to need pliers for. Also, I've got a chisel here for some of the more stubborn bottom bracket cups and things that you have to push out. And a wire brush. You use the wire brush sometimes to rough up brake pads, or you might try to get some rust off of something. Some of the other products that we have here that we try to keep in our toolbox are the stainless steel polish, the quick shot grease from Schwinn, the Tri-Flow, which is a good penetrating lubricant, a clean ride, which you apply to chains, and when debris does form to the chain, it'll actually just flake off. And another tool that's pretty valuable in the field is this thread locker. Anytime you have a bolt, bottom bracket cup, something like that that's coming loose, you can back that out and put a couple of drops of this blue, which is the medium strength Loctite, on it, and then put it back in, let it dry for about a day, and you're in good shape on those most of the time. One of the other products is 3-in-1 oil. You might use that for some of your chains that are really stiff, or possibly even a brake pad, a leather brake pad on some of the bikes. You can get better life out of it by roughing it up and putting a few drops of the 3-in-1 on there. And that pretty much covers everything you'll need to carry in your toolbox.